everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. I don't know if you can tell, but a lot of my bookshelf back here is empty. The reason why being, I decided to do something that I see all the time in beauty videos, which is a haul revisit. So this epic, massive haul, which I think I put epic book haul, was on September 12th. It was my first official video up on the channel. I think I had 31 books in my first book haul on this channel. And what I'm going to do today is go through all 31 books, let you know if I read it, what I thought about it. I will link them, my individual reviews to Goodreads down below for each book. And I'm going to let you know if I have read it, not read it, still on my TBR, completely decluttered and sent back to a secondhand bookstore. I'm going to let you know where all these books are now. So we're going to jump right into it. Some of these are going to be in order of the haul. Some of them I'm just going to group together with their other respective series. So we're gonna get into it. Lola and the Boy Next Door, Isla and the Happily Ever After, and Anna and the French Kiss. So I think in the haul it was Lola, Isla, and then Anna came in a different box much later. But essentially I have the Anna and the French Kiss trilogy. These are companion novels, and I'm happy to say that for the first books of this haul, I have read all 3 of these, which makes me happy. Anna and the French Kiss was a 3-star read for me, but Lola and Isla were 4-star reads for me. Then I had Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and I had already read this in audio form, but when I placed the order I hadn't, so I got this, and this is a special edition with like artwork on the inside covers, and it's signed, I believe, as well. Yes, it is signed in here. I did not love this book. I think I gave it 3 stars, but I have the copy and I don't want to get rid of it because it is a signed copy and it is an exclusive edition, so I'm just keeping it, I guess. Then I had I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson, which is underneath a giant stack of books up here, so I'm not getting it out, but I have not read it yet. I want to desperately. I actually got 2 copies of that book in that haul for some reason. I gifted one to my sister. She read it and loved it. I just haven't gotten to it yet, but it's up there and I will read it eventually, but that is the first book of this haul that I have not read. Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi, and I have not read this one either, so I can't tell you anything about it. That Summer by Sarah Dessen. Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. Along for the Ride, Sarah Dessen. And Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen. And I have not read any of them. Then I had The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and I have not read this either. And I think that a part of why I'm not reading it is because I don't have the rest of the series. Same for Under the Never Sky. I hate reading the first book and then not having the rest of the series. So I have not read this yet. And then after that, I had Cress by Marissa Meyer, and I did read this, so check 1 for me. This was a 4-star read for me. I enjoyed it. Not as much as Scarlet, and not as much as Winter, but it was okay. Then I had Luck's Beginnings by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I have not read this yet. It was close to winning your vote for the next series that I read, but Grisha Trilogy won out, so I have not started this yet, but one day I will. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, and I have not read this, and to date I still have not read any of Morgan Matson's work, which drives me bananas because I've heard really good things about it. The Edge of Never, and I unhauled that because I read it, but unhauled it. So The Edge of Never was a 3-star read, and I just didn't love it, so I got rid of it. Then I had Find You in the Dark, which was a 3-star read, but really probably a 2-star read, and I unhauled that one as well after reading it. I found it very problematic, and I just did not like it. Born Sinner by S.L. Jennings, and this also was very triggery and dark, like really dark, but I liked it. Like, it was a dark that I didn't mind necessarily. I don't know why. That's weird. So this was a 3-star read for me, and I believe the second one of the series is out, so I will probably look into that one at some point. Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and there's more of her series to come in this list, and I'm not pulling all the books out because I just finally got them back in there, so it's not happening. But this was a 3-star read for me, and I read it, so yay! Snow Like Ashes and Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rash. I have not read this series yet. I have all 3 books, but I have not read them. A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, which you guys know I have read. If you have not seen my review of that, I will link the entire chat for her series up above. But you can also check my February wrap-up, and I mentioned them there without spoilers. A Court of Thorns and Roses was a 4-star read for me, and A Court of Mist and Fury was a 5-star read for me. Then I had Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This was a 4-star read for me, and probably my favorite of the series because Scarlet and Wolf. That is all. Then I had The Girl on the Train, which was by Paula Hawkins, right? Maybe? Sure. I unhauled it, did not care for it. I think I gave it 3 stars because I was in my nice ratings, you know, zone early into my Goodreads and my reading, so I gave it 3 stars, but I did not enjoy it. Then I had Air of Fire, which I gave 4 stars, and Crown of Midnight, which I also gave 4 stars. Then I had Assassin's Blade in that haul as well, which is up there. I'm not getting them all down. That was a 5-star read for me. I loved them. Again, if you want to know my thoughts on the entire series of Throne of Glass and A Court of Thorns and Roses, you can find that in my Sarah J. Maas chat. And then I had The School for Good and Evil. I did not have marked down as read when I made this list. So A School for Good and Evil is by Soman Chinani. I finished this. This was March's book club of the month for Java and the Librarians, the live show of which will be on the 18th of March. So if that's already happened, it will be linked up above. I will put it up above when it does go live, but it's somewhere between 4 and 5. It was so good. I loved it so much. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, which you guys all know is a 5-star read for me. It is flipping fantastic. I love Leigh Bardugo. I love this series, and I cannot wait to read the Grisha trilogy. Thank you for choosing that one for my next read, and I promise I will get to it as soon as I'm done the School for Good and Evil series, because I started it and I can't stop now. And then I had The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, and I have not read this yet. I have all 3 books. I just have not read it yet, so I need to eventually. And then I had a Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson box set, and I did unhaul that. I gifted it to a friend and got UK cover editions because I liked the UK ones better. So technically they don't count as unread because I have decluttered and gifted them, but I do have all 3 of them as replacements and I have not read them yet. So all in all, so there was 31 books and I had read at the time of making that 17. Now I have read 18. So about 55–56% of the books, which is not horrible. It could have been worse, but there's plenty on this whole entire haul that I can read, especially some of the Sarah Dessons and the standalones or Since You've Been Gone. I can throw them in other places in my TBR, and I need to be more conscious of that because I've had them now since September and I have not read them yet. So I don't want them to just sit there. I will probably do more visits like this of hauls that I've done in the past and see the percentage of books that I have read, have not read, and let you guys know my general ratings. Like I said before, all my individual reviews for them to Goodreads will be linked down below. If you are interested in one specific book, I will have the title and the link to my Goodreads review down there. And the majority of these were all 3, 4, and 5-star reads. It's a win-win, guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you like this kind of a video, if you like me touching base on old hauls and letting you know what I thought of books, how many of them I've read, how many of them are still on my TBR shelf. I think it's interesting and it's a good way for me to check in with myself and see what I'm bringing into my book collection and what I'm actually reading and what I'm actually keeping. So if you're interested, definitely give me a huge thumbs up, click subscribe, comment down below with your favorite book that I have read and your favorite book that you think I should read next that is still unread from this haul, because I will take that into consideration. I look forward to chatting with you guys in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see all of you in my next video.